Hey guys, it's John from Small Addictions here, also known as Rocket Man. Doing a little product demonstration for you today. Protek announced a new soldering iron. It's an 80-watt soldering station. So that's what I'm going to show you here today. You get the transformer, you get your wand, you get a really nice iron stand, and also comes with your brass wool already in the stand. So that's a pretty nice feature you don't see very often with the iron systems, is that it comes with all that. Also comes with your pot holder-ish rubber piece, and that's to remove your tips while those are hot. So you don't have to wait for it to cool down. You can pull it out, you can set it in your little tip holder on your iron, throw in your new tip, and you're soldering again, almost immediately. It takes very little time. Another thing we wanted to show you is that it heats up very fast. So if we turn this iron on, and we're going to set our iron for, we'll say 900 degrees, and then it's showing you right now where the temperature is at. So it's already at 890 degrees. So that tip is already right now ready to solder. One thing I like to do first is tin my tip so that it's a nice fresh surface. We got it. We'll show you on the my pet Steve cam here. Nice finish. So some nice features about this is you can switch between Celsius and Fahrenheit. It's on Fahrenheit now, obviously. It comes with you can get 3 different tip sizes for it. It comes with a 3.2 millimeter tip originally, but you can also get a 2.4 or a 4.5 millimeter tip. The 3.2 should be pretty good for most general soldering. The temperature is adjustable between 302 degrees to just a little over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. One of the nicest features of this is it has a sleep and standby mode on that iron. So if you leave the iron unattended, so where you're not doing any soldering, so the temperature in your tip isn't fluctuating, nothing's happening on the transformer, after 10 minutes it'll go into standby mode. So it's actually going to drop your temperature down to 250 C, which is about 480 Fahrenheit, and that's just to protect your tip. The lower the temperature, the longer the tip will last. And then after another 10 minutes of no activity, it'll go into sleep mode, which is it's just basically shutting itself off. However, it is still turned on, so all you need to do is press that set button, and that'll take you back into normal mode where your temperature will go right back up, and you saw how fast that was. That's pretty impressive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder the couple leads on a QS8 connector. This is probably the most difficult connector that we solder in our shop for customers. So this would be the trial by fire piece. And I just have a little clip here that Big E made to hold these connectors because we were doing enough of them to where we needed something. And now it's a very common connector. So I put that in there, and I didn't want to put that in there yet. Very first thing we have to do is we have to tin the leads. And I already have stripped the insulation back, so it's just a nice, bare, clean wire. And then we'll bring our iron over, and I always put a little bit of solder on top to get that heat transfer started into your wire. Once you get that going, then I'll go underneath, and then I'll add solder right into that wire. So then we've got a nice solder base right there. We can pull that wire out. Make sure the polarity is right for everybody that's watching. And then we're just going to add some solder to our QS8 connector. So I could actually bring that a little closer. And we'll see how quickly we can solder. This is normally a 3 to 4 minute solder job just attaching to the connector. So we want a nice bulb of solder there. And then we'll lay the lead over that's already tinned, and we will get that flowing. We'll give her a little airflow to make it cool and solidify. And that's it. The negative lead is all done. And then we can do the same thing to the positive lead. We'll get that going, and we'll go underneath. Try to keep my hands out of the way for you guys, I'm sorry. When you solder, you want there to be nice ventilation, so keep that in mind. So we're going to pull that out. And let's get some solder in here. Let's pull the solder, we'll lay that across. There it goes. And that's it. QS8 soldered, and that wasn't even 3 or 4 minutes altogether, I don't think. So, very nice, powerful iron. It's definitely worth a few extra dollars for the power that this thing's putting out. So, at the end of your solder job, you want to retin always. That keeps the oxidation off your tip. And shut it down. So that's it, guys. New Protek soldering iron. Big hit. We definitely one that we're going to use in the shop daily. So this is Rocket Man signing off. We'll see you next time.